Hey everyone, let's be real for a second. In life, we often go out of our way to show people we care, sacrificing time and energy to make sure they feel valued. But here's the kicker. Sometimes, no matter how much we give, it doesn't always come back the way we expect. In fact, there are times when people take advantage of our kindness to get what they want, leaving us feeling betrayed. They'll be all smiles when they need something from us, but the moment they've got it, poof, they vanish like a bird in the sky. So, how do we reclaim our power in these situations? How do we avoid falling into this cycle? Well, today we're diving deep into the interaction between men and women, exploring 9 powerful principles inspired by Stoic philosophy, principles that have stood the test of time. By avoiding these common mistakes, you'll not only start seeing positive shifts in your relationships, but you'll also level up your own personal strength along the way. So if you're dealing with relationship struggles or just want to make sure you're on the right path, get comfortable, open your mind, and let's get into it. But before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Let's go. 1. Don't change your life to fit someone else's needs. Imagine trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Every time you push, it doesn't quite fit, and no matter how hard you try, it just leaves you frustrated and drained. That's what it feels like when you constantly try to reshape your life to meet someone else's expectations. We've all been there, changing our plans, our routines, or even our values, just to please someone else, or to fit into someone else's idea of who we should be. It might seem like the right thing to do at the time, but in reality, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. As the philosopher Seneca wisely said, "To go anywhere is to go nowhere." When you lose sight of your own path and try to juggle everyone else's needs, you end up wandering aimlessly. You become so caught up in trying to blend in that you lose the most important thing, yourself. Instead of being the version of you that shines brightly, you end up dimming your light to make others comfortable. It's time to flip the script. Don't be the chameleon trying to blend in everywhere you go. Instead, be the bold, confident star that stands out in the night sky. Celebrate the things that make you unique, and embrace the qualities that set you apart from the crowd. Your life is yours to live, and no one should dictate how you walk that path. Remember, you are the author of your own story. So take the pen back, write your own chapters, and let your true colors shine through. You've got one life to live. Make it yours and make it count. 2. Don't let your life revolve around someone else. One of the biggest mistakes you can make in any relationship is letting your entire world revolve around someone else. Imagine you're a planet, and someone else is the sun. Everything you do, every decision you make, is based on their orbit. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Many of us have been in situations where we prioritize someone else's needs, wants, and desires over our own. We end up making sacrifices, pushing aside our own goals, and even compromising our happiness to please others. But here's the truth. When you let someone else control your life like that, you lose sight of who you are and what you truly want. Your dreams, your ambitions, and your sense of self start to fade. And suddenly, you're living for someone else. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you let someone else dictate your actions and thoughts, you're giving away control over your happiness. Instead of chasing after someone else's approval or trying to be what they want, start putting your own needs first. Your life should not be a supporting role in someone else's story. You are the protagonist in your own journey, and it's time to step into that role with confidence. Build a life that reflects your values, your passions, and your purpose. Don't let fear of losing someone or being alone drive your decisions. The goal is balance. Yes, relationships are important, but your personal growth and happiness should never be sacrificed for the sake of someone else's comfort. Make sure your life revolves around you, your dreams, your well-being, and your goals. When you focus on yourself and cultivate your own happiness, only then will you attract the right people who will value you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. 3. Don't let anything harm your mental health or happiness. We often think that by putting others' happiness first, we're being selfless and doing the right thing. But here's the catch. When you prioritize someone else's happiness over your own mental health, you're sacrificing your peace of mind and ultimately your well-being. It's like handing someone a flashlight in the dark while you fumble around, lost and unsure. You're letting someone else's needs dictate your state of mind, and in doing so, you risk losing the most important thing, your own happiness. Your mental health and happiness should never be up for negotiation. The Stoics believed in the importance of inner peace and contentment, no matter what happens externally. When you sacrifice your mental well-being for the sake of someone else's comfort, you're giving up control over your life. Rather than finding fulfillment through the happiness of others, you should focus on nurturing your own happiness, taking responsibility for your own state of mind, and building the life you truly want. The key to a fulfilling life is balance. It's about maintaining healthy boundaries, protecting your emotional well-being, and understanding that your happiness doesn't rely on anyone but you. When you let someone else's moods or needs dictate your emotions, you lose sight of your own goals and passions. Instead of allowing someone to drain your energy or disturb your peace, take the time to recharge and refocus on what makes you happy. Engage in activities that bring you joy, surround yourself with people who lift you up, and practice mindfulness to protect your mental health. Your happiness isn't something you should give away. It's something you need to protect and nurture for yourself. Remember, you are the keeper of your own happiness. Don't let anyone take that from you. 4. Don't push friends or family away for someone else. One of the biggest mistakes you can make in a relationship is pushing away the people who have always had your back in favor of someone else. It's like cutting off the branches that have been supporting you for years. Your friends and family are your foundation, the ones who've stood by you through thick and thin. But when you get so absorbed in someone else, it's easy to forget the people who have always been there for you. When you start neglecting your relationships with loved ones just to please someone else, you're not only losing valuable connections, but you're also weakening your support system. Plato once said, "Man is like the earth. He can nourish you and help you grow into a better person, or he can stop you from growing and cause you to wither." Your friends and family are the ones who keep you grounded, offer advice, and provide emotional support when you need it most. If you push them away for the sake of someone who may not always be there for you, you're setting yourself up for loneliness and emotional isolation. Instead of distancing yourself from the people who love you, make time to nurture those relationships. Reconnect with the people who've been with you through the ups and downs of life. Remember, no one can replace the unconditional support of family and friends. They are your strongest network, your unwavering support system that helps you stay strong when life gets tough. Make sure that your relationships with loved ones remain a priority, and don't let the whims of someone who may come and go dictate your emotional well-being. Invest in the people who truly matter, and they'll continue to be there for you when it counts the most. 5. Don't invest too much time in them. Time is one of the most precious things we have in life. Once it's gone, we can't get it back. So when you invest your time solely into someone else's needs and wants, you're essentially throwing away your most valuable resource. It's like pouring your efforts into a bottomless pit, expecting something to come out of it, but nothing ever does. Every minute you spend trying to please someone else is a minute lost from building your own future, pursuing your passions, or nurturing your personal growth. Think about it. Every time you give someone more of your time, you're sacrificing time that could be spent on what really matters to you. Whether it's developing your career, learning a new skill, or simply taking time to relax and recharge, your time is yours to spend as you see fit. As Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Instead of allowing someone else to take up all your time, make sure you're creating a healthy balance. You don't need to be available to them 24/7 or drop everything for their needs. It's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize your own goals and well-being. You owe it to yourself to invest in your own growth and happiness first, and only then can you be a better partner, friend, or family member. So start managing your time wisely. Set boundaries. Make time for yourself, your goals, and your passions. When you do that, you'll have more to give, and you'll never feel like your time has been wasted. Your life is yours to live, so make sure you're spending it the way you want, not the way someone else expects. 6. Don't reveal everything about your past, especially the tough times. Your past is a deeply personal part of who you are. It's the story that shaped you, the challenges that made you stronger, and the lessons that helped you grow. But sharing every detail of your past, especially the difficult or painful moments, is like opening a door to your soul without any protection. While it's important to be honest and authentic in a relationship, not everything in your past is meant to be shared with everyone. There are parts of your journey that are sacred, and they don't need to be laid bare for others to judge or take advantage of. When you reveal too much about your past, especially the struggles and vulnerabilities, you risk making yourself vulnerable to manipulation or even exploitation. People may not always understand the significance of your experiences, and some might use that knowledge against you. It's crucial to remember that your past doesn't define you, but the choices you make today do. As you build relationships, it's important to protect the most sensitive parts of your story. You don't need to disclose everything right away, especially if the person you're sharing with isn't someone you trust fully. Hold on to those pieces of your life that make you who you are. Protect your memories and the lessons you've learned. Share them only with those who truly deserve to know, and who will appreciate the depth and strength that comes with your past. By keeping some parts of your past private, you maintain your emotional security and avoid making yourself an easy target for those who might not have your best interests at heart. Don't let anyone control your narrative. Your story is yours to share on your terms. 7. Don't agree just to please them. It's tempting, isn't it? When you're in a relationship and you don't want to upset the other person, agreeing with everything they say or do can seem like the easiest way to keep the peace. But here's the catch. By constantly saying yes when you really mean no, you're betraying your own happiness and authenticity. It's like trading your personal desires and preferences for someone else's approval. You might avoid conflict in the short term, but in the long run you'll end up feeling frustrated, resentful, and disconnected from yourself. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you agree to something just to please someone else, you're not living in alignment with your true self. You're allowing someone else's desires to override your own, and in doing so, you're compromising your well-being. It's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. You don't have to agree to everything just to avoid tension or keep someone happy. In fact, by standing firm in your beliefs and communicating honestly, you show respect for both yourself and the other person. Healthy relationships are built on mutual understanding, not on one person constantly sacrificing their needs for the other. Start embracing the power of no. When something doesn't sit right with you, speak up. Don't feel the need to please others at the expense of your own happiness. Your time, your energy, and your choices are yours to control. Saying no when necessary will empower you to live authentically and maintain a healthy balance in your relationships. Remember, your life is your story to write. Don't let anyone else dictate the plot. 8. Don't let the fear of being alone control you. The fear of being alone can be a powerful force. Sometimes the pressure to avoid loneliness can lead us to make decisions we wouldn't otherwise make. We may settle for relationships that don't align with our values, or stay in unhealthy situations simply because we're afraid of being on our own. But here's the thing. Loneliness doesn't have to equate to being alone. As Aristotle wisely said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Spending time with yourself, learning who you truly are, and embracing your individuality are key to building a strong foundation for healthy relationships. When you're comfortable with your own company, you're no longer dependent on others to fill the void. You learn to enjoy life for what it is, not just as a way to escape feelings of isolation. The fear of loneliness often leads us to make hasty decisions. But if we embrace solitude, we can use that time to grow, reflect, and build a deeper connection with ourselves. Think of it as an opportunity to explore your passions, set new goals, and focus on your personal development. When you've cultivated a strong sense of self, only then will you be able to form deep, meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection, not just the fear of being alone. Remember, being alone is not a weakness, nor should it be feared. It's a chance for you to find inner peace, discover what truly brings you joy, and become the best version of yourself. When you're not afraid of being alone, you'll attract the right people who complement your life, rather than filling it out of necessity. 9. Don't forget to celebrate. Even the small victories. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to get caught up in trying to meet other people's expectations and striving to be everything for everyone. But in the midst of all this, we often overlook our own accomplishments. The small victories, those little wins that may seem insignificant to others, are actually the building blocks of personal growth and success. It's important to take a step back and celebrate those moments, no matter how small they may seem. Every step you take toward your goals, every challenge you overcome, is a testament to your strength and determination. Too often we're so focused on the next big thing that we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. As Epictetus said, "Do not depend on the admiration of others." Your journey is personal, and it's important to recognize your own progress. Celebrating small victories not only boosts your confidence, but it also reinforces the positive habits and mindsets that are key to long-term success. It reminds you that you're capable, that you're moving forward, and that every effort counts. When you take the time to acknowledge your achievements, you also build resilience. Life isn't just about reaching the final destination. It's about enjoying the journey and appreciating the steps along the way. So, whether it's completing a task, making progress in a personal goal, or simply getting through a challenging day, take a moment to appreciate yourself. Celebrate your growth, your perseverance, and your ability to keep moving forward. These small victories will fuel your motivation and propel you toward even greater successes. As we wrap up today's journey, take a moment to reflect on the incredible power of choice and the beauty of self-acceptance. Life is all about the decisions we make, and it's in our hands to shape the path we walk. You have the power and the wisdom to make decisions that reflect your deepest desires, even if they differ from the expectations of others. It's time to step into your own strength and stop allowing external pressures to dictate how you live. The Stoics believed in living a life of virtue and purpose, focusing on wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These core qualities are not just ideals. They're practical tools that can help you build a life of true fulfillment. By focusing on these traits, you'll be better equipped to make decisions that align with who you truly are and what you truly value. So, what do you do with this power? You build a life that honors your own values and beliefs. You don't have to sacrifice your integrity or your well-being to meet someone else's needs or expectations. You control your own destiny. When you embrace this freedom, you become the hero of your own story, capable of achieving greatness on your terms. Remember, you don't have to live by anyone else's rules. Create your own story, follow your own path, and make choices that lead you toward personal growth, fulfillment, and happiness. You deserve to live a life that reflects your true self, and no one else's expectations should stand in your way. It's time for change. It's time to take action. Make the decision to leave behind old habits and embrace the best version of yourself, no matter what challenges may come. Thank you for being part of this journey. Together, let's build a community of self-reflection and personal growth. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and continue building a community that is passionate, resilient, and committed to growth. and committed to growth.